Hi guys, welcome to our channel. When you hear stuff like express cruiser, aft cabin motor yacht,
Flybridge yacht, sport fisher.
like what is that? And sometimes it's really confusing. Today we're gonna go over most of that and hopefully it helps you guys to distinguish easier when you're out on the water, what kind of boat it is, or maybe what kind of yacht you are actually looking for. Let's end this constant debate about what is a boat, what is a yacht. It's really, really simple. Here you go. Any vessel under 197 feet is a boat. Any vessel over 197 feet is a ship. Now let's talk about what is a yacht. By definition, any boat over 30 feet which is luxurious enough can be considered a yacht. Some people keep saying that a yacht is a sailing vessel. Come on guys, in 2020 things have changed and we're not gonna call a super yacht a super boat because yacht is not just a sailing vessel. So a yacht can also be a ship or a boat, right? Did I confuse you enough? All right, let's throw super yacht and mega yacht in a mix. Any vessel over 79 feet, which is about 24 meters, is a super yacht. And any vessel over 164 feet, 50 meters is a mega yacht. Regardless if it's sailing or power, those are the definitions of super yacht and mega yacht. So express cruisers are normally much faster. They're kind of sports cars of the yachting world. They're not race cars like
High performance.
the high performance yacht. They're just more of a, nice supercars. All right, express cruisers. Those have a lot of different kinds with a little variation. So this is a 59 Riva and it is an open express cruiser. It usually doesn't even have a bimini. It either has a retractable bimini or just something that comes up. Those are sometimes called Mediterranean as well.
But even the open ones usually still have a spoiler with your electronics and your radar on top, so the rest is open. You can't really see it because it has the cover on top, but you see it's only a windshield, and then there's a bimini top and the little spoiler which comes from the back facing forward, but technically it's open between the windshield and the spoiler. I think it's a cranky.
Yeah, cranky.
So that's a little Sea Ray, 31-foot Sea Ray Sundancer, express cruiser.
Needs some serious detailing on the
Needed.
hull. Second type of express cruisers are a hardtop express cruiser. So basically you have your hardtop, you have your windshield, and there's just gap in between. And a lot of the times in the colder areas, like on our side, you'll have an isinglass enclosure that goes in there, but it is not factory that way. So that would be a hardtop express cruiser. It's got a hardtop, it's got a gap between the windshield and the hardtop.
Yeah. All right, what do we got here? Another express cruiser.
Specific kind. So this would be a fully enclosed express cruiser. As you can see, it has a hardtop, it has fully enclosed windows, so it doesn't have a gap between a hardtop and the windows. This Princess V72 is a perfect example of fully enclosed express cruiser.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful boat.
Enrico loves this boat.
I really like that boat. Which, by the way, this model is also available as a flybridge.
Which I would personally prefer. You guys know I love my fly bridges. So now that you guys are pros, see if you can figure out which one it is. It's the Sunseeker Express Cruiser. It has a hardtop and it has windows. So it's fully enclosed express cruiser. Popular types of express cruisers are Riva, Sea Ray, Regal, Cruisers, Tiara, Pershing, Princess. Any other ones you can think of?
Sunseeker.
Okay. this is a perfect example of an aft cabin motor yacht. So as you can see, it's just a swim step. There is no cockpit. If there was a cockpit, it would be an aft cabin cockpit motor yacht. Master is aft, and then you have your cockpit basically on top of the master. So that's a perfect example. And the common brands for the aft cabin motor yachts are
Well, so there are a couple of different ones, like our boat, which is a Meridian. Then there's some Carver aft cabin motor yachts, Sea Rays, Cruisers yachts. I believe there's some older Hatteras. Silverton. Oh, Johnson, yeah, the 59 and the 70 Johnson. Also a little bit older models.
Chris Crafts.
Beautiful Chris Craft, actually. They make great liveaboards, fantastic liveaboards. You have a lot of interior space, lots of living space. Aft cabin motor yacht. That's a Johnson 70.
Yeah, so you guys can see the windows, the hatches windows on the back. So you know there's a cabin back there. And the cockpit is right above it. Any large recreational vessels that is powered by motor is technically a motor yacht, but there is a big but. Things have shifted and changed a little bit. So actually, when brokers refer to motor yacht, they actually mean a very specific vessel. It's a power yacht, a motor yacht, with a larger superstructure and a shorter bow. So you have a little less space in the bow and a bigger interior living space or a bigger superstructure. Technically, they all motor yacht, but now you know. Traditional flybridge motor yacht, which is a larger, more spacious flybridge that has a lounge area, maybe a dining area, has barbecue and all that good stuff. So that would be a traditional flybridge motor yacht. So this white and blue boat behind me is a Sunseeker. As you guys can see, it's got a main deck, it's got down below, and it's got a proper flybridge with sitting and lounge area. So behind me is another example of a flybridge motor yacht.
Marquis 720.
One of the types is sport bridge, and sport bridge is basically a small little flybridge with just a small area, just 1 or 2 chairs for captain, co-pilot, and a helm area, and it doesn't really have like a lounge area of a flybridge on a motor yacht that you usually think of. And we also have the enclosed fly, so an enclosed flybridge area that is completely enclosed with glass, not isinglass. So the difference between enclosed flybridge and sky lounge is that enclosed flybridge is going to have more deck space and not as much of a superstructure, and the sky lounge is going to have a bigger superstructure with an enclosed flybridge, which is usually going to be air conditioned. Some of the popular types of flybridge motor yachts: Ferretti, Azimut, Prestige, Hatteras, Ocean Alexander.
All right, let's keep going. Look what else we can find.
This is a really great example of a classic motor yacht. How big do you think this is, babe? This probably qualifies as a super yacht.
Probably like 80, 90 feet.
Yeah.
Pretty well taken care of.
Yeah,
wow.
A classic
Beautiful wooden motor yacht.
And that is a water taxi.
Behind you is a good example of a small-sized trawler.
Like a little one?
Yeah, pocket trawler.
Yeah. So trawlers normally are built for long-range cruising, very fuel efficient, and they provide you a lot of living space.
And trawlers are, in most cases, are fully displacement holds.
But there are some semi-displacement,
Yes.
especially in the newer models, like Absolute has a semi-displacement. Beneteau, right?
Beneteau, yeah, the Swift trawlers are semi-displaced.
I feel like it's getting popular now. There's the semi-displacement boats that are getting trawlers. There's new models in the last 5 years.
Yep.
Behind me is a great example of a fast trawler. This is a Navetta 73 by Absolute. We've been on board of a few of those, and it is an amazing amount of space. It's a semi-displacement vessel. This type of models are getting a lot of traction nowadays, so there are more and more companies that are creating those. There is definitely a demand.
Yeah, and actually you and I were on board of this one.
We have this one, exactly one?
in Fort Lauderdale, yeah, at the yacht show. And then it came over here to the West
Oh,
Coast.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Funny. What a small world.
It's a cool boat. I really like the boat. It has tons of space. I mean, look at the size of the windows.
Yeah, it's pretty
amazing.
awesome. Average cruise speed of a trawler is 7 to 9 knots. Often trawlers have just a single diesel engine and not a dual engine.
So sometimes trawlers also have, besides their single main engine, an auxiliary engine, which uses less fuel and extends your cruising range at good sea conditions. So you just have a lesser cruising speed, and you can switch over to your auxiliary engine and really conserve fuel.
So you'll have one main engine and then a secondary auxiliary engine.
Correct, which is usually smaller than the main engine, with a smaller prop and so on.
From the expert.
Or if you do some real long passage, you switch over to the auxiliary engine while you service your main engine.
Popular types of trawlers are Celine, Choi Lee, Northern Marine, Beneteau now makes some new trawlers, Cranky, Absolute that we just showed you guys, North Haven. Oh, North Haven, let's talk about North Havens. So North Havens are technically a trawler, it's a full displacement, but we actually identify North Haven as an explorer yacht or explorer trawler yacht. One kind of boats that you don't get to see that often on the West Coast is down east yachts. The other name for it is lobster boats or lobster yachts. And the main reason it was created on the platform of a commercial boat and was put in like more of a yacht finishes. And that's what down east yachts are. And we found one, the Now Marina. This is a really beautiful one.
Beautiful boat, like the whole color.
What is it?
So this is a Mochi Craft.
So they're semi-displacement boats. The difference is they have pronounced keels. They're built for heavy weather and be able to carry more weight. Some of the popular brands are Grand Banks, Zealander, Sabre, Mainship, and Mochi Craft. Yeah, so this is a great example of a pilot house. This is a headeress. And the way the pilot house would work is that you will have a separate dedicated area. You can kind of see it right in the front right there, since the windows are open. Yeah, that would be the helm area, but really an actual dedicated space. So it's not really connected to the salon. It's not open to the galley or, and living area. So it's just its own dedicated space with a proper helm. And there's also going to be another helm on the flybridge usually. So you have two helm stations. Pilot house stands for an area where the ship is controlled by the ship's captain. So you guys can see there's a full flybridge and there's also kind of a midpoint, a raised above between the flybridge and the main deck, the pilot house area. It's pretty well to see here. This is actually a yacht where Rico and I mimicked our
lettering.
Yeah, our boat lettering. We were driving around trying to figure out what should our boat lettering look like on our boat, and then we saw this one. We're like, that looks really cool. So we kind of copied it.
Yeah, here another good example of a larger pilot house, motor yacht, flybridge as well.
Mm-hmm. Popular type of pilot houses are Hatteras, Carver, Offshore, Navigator, Fleming, Northland.
This is a 53 Carver, and that is a pilot house motor yacht. Another way to describe a pilot house motor yacht is a wheelhouse motor yacht.
Sportfisher is any yacht that is designed and built geared towards fishing. Usually includes a large cockpit, a bait tank, designated rod storage, space for tackle, space for your catch of the day. One of the primary features of a sport fisher, and it's built to get you faster to a fishing spot and being able to come back faster, so you have more time for fishing. Sport fishers are usually built to be able to handle rough seas. So what makes it an express sport fisher, there are 2 decks. So basically you have down below and you have the main deck, and everything else is pretty much a tuna tower, even though if it has a helm. So that makes it an express sport fisher.
So it doesn't have a fly bridge, right?
It doesn't have a fly bridge that can accommodate like a lounge area and an actual entertainment space. It's just straight up pretty much a tuna tower. It might have controls.
Cool.
All right, let's keep going. So behind me is a perfect example of a fly bridge sport fisher. It's got basically main deck, below deck, and then we have an actual fly bridge. It could be open, it could be enclosed, but it has enough of a sitting space, area. It's not just like a simple tuna tower.
This one happens to have a tuna tower on top of the fly bridge.
Correct, which makes it a really cool sport fisher. Popular types of sport fishers are Cabo, Hatteras, Lindell, Viking, Carolina, Mickelson.
And another example.
That one's really gorgeous, really cool looking. When it comes to sport fishers, you are really often hear a term convertible. What is a convertible yacht? It's not at all what it sounds like. It's a yacht that incorporates amenities of a motor yacht and a sport fisher, which means it's able to convert to fishing or cruising as needed, and often it does include an enclosed fly bridge. All right, let's keep going.
Turn around. There is a power catamaran.
Power catamarans, our favorite. There are 2 types of power catamarans. There are power catamarans that are built on the same hull as the sailing catamaran, and there's actually a proper power catamarans that have a different hull that was designed for a power catamaran, so it has a better performance, efficiency. There must be power trimarans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll just include them in multi-hull. So there's a power multi-hull. Lagoon 40. Motor yacht. And here where we have the fortress made out of the buckets, as you guys know from our other video, if you haven't seen it, check it out, against the sea lions. This is a big thing in Marina del Rey. But here's a perfect example of a power catamaran that is Lagoon 63. And yeah, cool boat. Big boat. Power catamarans that are popular are Sunreef, Lagoon, Horizon, Pantin Peugeot, Elliott, Aquila, Leopard. If you guys want to check out some videos of the power catamaran we just toured Pantin Peugeot, you can do it right here. So houseboats, we were kind of debating, do we put those in a boat type or in a yacht type? I mean, it is a house, so it's a larger boat, so we'll just throw it in here. Houseboat is a boat that is designed or modified to serve as a house. A lot of the time, it will have some kind of a engine to propel it to be able to move it from place to place, but sometimes it doesn't have any kind of motorized possibility and it just needs to be towed, but it is still considered. Well, we did show it to you guys in one of the other videos, but this is a really fun houseboat. Enchanted Cottage. That one is probably my personal favorite in the marina. I love that houseboat. It's so
3
cool.
stories with a big patio on top. Yeah, I mean, that's
so
comfy,
cute.
for sure.
Super cute.
And what do you think the living space on this one is?
I mean, it's a 2-story house for sure.
That's probably, I mean, I would just wild guess, I would say like probably 900 square foot living space.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Maybe
a lot.
more.
It's a lot going on. While back when it was kind of new, it had a little less going on, and it was really nice. But it's a lot of living space on it. Horsepower, sounding like 250 horsepower. What else we can find? So when you look at this yacht behind me, you don't automatically maybe think, oh, this is a super yacht. But as we talked about, any vessel over 79 feet, which pretty easy for us to say, that's over 79 feet. this would be by definition considered a super yacht. Rico and I have a really cool little tip for you guys when you're looking at super yachts and mega yachts. How big is it? What do you think? Is it over 50 meters? Is it under 50 meters? Is it a super yacht or a mega yacht? There's actually a cool little trick that you guys can use. As we learned in the captain school, any vessel over 50 meters has to have a
forward second mast light.
You have your mast light on the very top of the boat, and then on any boat over 50 meters, often you will see a pole, and the bow, it would just be this massive pole in the front, and you're probably wondering, well, why the heck is it there? Some of them are retractable, sneaky, but there is a big pole, and that pole is your forward mast light. So whenever you see a big yacht, a super yacht with the forward mast light, you know for sure that boat is 50 meters or above. If you guys would like to learn a little bit more about it, you can click right here and check out my blog post about it. All right, there you have it. Now you are a professional power yacht expert. Now you're a power yacht definition, power yacht type expert. That completes our little chat about power yachts. I hope you were able to learn something. I hope this was helpful. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, comment, share, and
subscribe.
Welcome to all the new subs. We really appreciate it. Welcome aboard.
Thanks for the support.
And stay naughty. Thanks for watching. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Enjoy the outtakes. Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Today we're gonna be showing you. Are you part of this?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris-Craft. Aft cabin. Chris-Craft. Aft cabin motor yacht.
Chris-Craft. So we're gonna talk about
boats.
We're gonna be showing you all sorts of different power yachts. So now let's talk about motor yachts.
Of course, now there's a helicopter coming.
Thank you, Captain Rico. So we have Open Express and you're trying to figure out, is this a super yacht or a mega yacht?
How big is it?
Oh, there's that blue thing.
Yes.
Yes, let's go film
Nice.
it.
And then since we're just here, so we just
technically any yacht designed and geared towards fishing.
Got it. Someone having fun. So desired anyways, because they're for the size of the boat.
So loud. Not sure why it has to go right next to us back and forth, but
Your favorite houseboat?
yeah, what is that there?
Ties as well.
What is that? What is that cream one?
A what?
The cream one. Is it a
Green one?
cream?
Or cream?
It's a wrap.